Hey guys, I hope everybody's having an amazing evening. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about why it is critical that you monetize your knowledge. And tonight, we're going to be talking about how you monetize it through membership, but period, across the board, everything you do, everything you have done, and every question somebody asks you, you should be thinking to yourself, is that a class? Is that a product? Is that a service? Is that something that I should be offering to other people? Because trust me, if one person asked you, 50 people need it. And one thing that we're doing is we're not leveraging our knowledge to take our share of the financial marketplace, especially women. Women do two-thirds of the world's work, but we only have 10% of the world's wealth and 1% of the world's land. So tell me how that math got messed up. And the way that math got messed up, and I'm reading this book right now, It Takes What It Takes, is because as women, we want to tie emotions to decisions. And to be honest, decisions are neither positive nor negative. All decisions have an outcome. Even you not doing something has an outcome. You not signing up for coaching has an outcome. You not monetizing your knowledge has an outcome. So we've got to make sure that in everything we do, we understand that if we don't get over the emotions of now, we're going to be left with a bag of regret for later. And all of it boils down to, are you doing the things that will help you live the life you want to live? Does your life right now look like how you want it to look? And if not, knowing the fastest path to really building your brand is through memberships. And Dr. Nikki and I were talking before the show started. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and talk through why now is the time to monetize your knowledge through membership. But Dr. Nikki and I were talking before the show started, and we talked about how it's some people out there now that baby wasn't even around 3 years ago, wasn't even around 2 years ago. 2 years ago, girl, you ain't even know these people name. And now they standing out there like they've been rock stars all this time. And if you haven't shared the broadcast, share the broadcast. So where is our lack of confidence? Where is our taking our brands to the bank? Where is our initiative when it comes to putting our brands on the map? Get this, before somebody else steal our idea. Because right now our culture is the hottest thing going. You can't even deny the fact that right now the African American culture has favor. And it really always has. Everything from Bo Derek's braids to fried chicken has always been iconic. Everything from the moonwalk, when Michael Jackson did it, they act like he invented it, but it was little boys doing the moonwalk on every corner in the hood by the time Michael Jackson did it. So, we've always had this iconic grace and this royal presence that make people want to get darker and want to get bigger booties and want to get bigger lips, but we've not monetized. We've not made them pay for the things that they borrow out of our culture. So if you can't make them pay for that, at least make people pay for the knowledge that they soak out of you every single day. And trust and believe, when you start to monetize, your knowledge, you won't feel bad about people, hey, Joanne, calling and picking your brain. You won't feel bad about people using your knowledge to go on and build their own business and their own brand. I wrote on Facebook the other day, I don't care about you giving me credit as long as you give me a check. So at the end of the day, it's not about somebody giving you some free tribute for their help. Pay me, and then if you don't ever tell anybody I coached you, because there's a lot of people out there got their start right over here, just like y'all doing. Then they get to the top and they want to thank Michelle Obama and all these other people. And I remembered you when you didn't have a dollar or a class. And that's the true story. And the baseline for everything good you got came out from over here. But you paid me. I ain't tripping. Move around. So it's time to monetize your ideas, your thoughts, even your camaraderie with membership. Go to bit.ly/member money. Only $58 down, $58 a week. It's not a bunch of videos. We're going to actually help you build your membership while you're in the course. So we're going to take you from the square root of you ain't got nothing all the way through understanding what type of membership you can create. And I did a webinar the other day with 100 ways, 100 different types of memberships you can create. So nobody has any reason for not monetizing their knowledge. So I'm going to go in the order that people arrive. Dr. Nikki, if you can introduce yourself, tell people what you do, and tell people why it's so critical that we all start to monetize our knowledge, and especially with memberships.
Thank you, Coach Danielle. Yes, my name is Dr. Nikki Lee. I am the owner of Seattle Trichology here in Washington State. And what I do is help people with hair loss. So I help them understand the root cause of hair loss. And I offer holistic solutions, non-invasive solutions to address hair loss. Now is important more than ever to monetize what you know through memberships, because so many people are now online. When COVID happened, everybody turned to online to learn just about anything they wanted to learn. People who were laid off, lost their jobs, they went online to learn a new skill, and they're willing to pay for a new skill. During COVID, there's people that I know personally right here in Washington State who made thousands. They've told me, Dr. Nikki, my business since COVID, I have made more money than I have made in the last 2 years doing the same thing. The difference is they are selling their products online. Now, one thing about memberships is where the residual comes in, where you're not just selling an item to one person and hoping they'll come back and purchase again. You're selling it over and over and over again to the vast majority. And, we all have memberships. I mean, I was talking about a membership earlier today, the box membership that one of my clients have had for about 3 years. And she pays well over $100. Me personally, I told her years ago, girl, that's just too many products that you get every month. You can't even go through all of those products. But when she came to, I think the last time I saw her was about a few months ago or just before COVID. And I asked her if she was still receiving those boxes. And she said, yeah. She said, I look forward to my product. She said, my bathroom looks like a beauty supply store. And so I shared with her ways of how she can donate some of those products to women who can really use them. But one of the exciting things that she loves about getting the box every month is that she's introduced to new products. So she may be able to, and these are products that you can't find in a local beauty supply store. So now is the time. Everybody is online. So we have the audience, we have people hungry to spend money to learn new ideas. And we would definitely be doing the world a disservice to not do something like this. We'll be doing ourselves a disservice because the money is out there. And I'm a firm believer of Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you to give you hope in a future. So that, to me, that lets me know that it's meant for me to make money. And this is the way for me to get to my next level through memberships.
And Dr. Nikki, a couple things I want to bring up before I bring on my next guest is my favorite is Deuteronomy 8:18. It says you have the power to create wealth. And he also says we were created in the image of him, meaning we were created in the image of a creator. Because what did God do? He set up and he created everything we see around us. I remember Maya Angelou being
chills through my body.
I remember Maya Angelou, and this is what gave me chills, being on an interview I think she was at Unity Church. And she talked about when you just sit outside and listen to the birds and the bees and the wind and you look at the trees and you start to realize how God was so deliberate.
Yes.
Even when you look at how the worms irrigate the earth and how the birds eat the worms, and then you got something else that comes along and eats the birds, and how the flap of a butterfly wings, pollinates the flowers, and then the bees come along and make honey from it. Just everything working together in a perfect harmony. You got fools out there saying that this happened from a damn explosion. There's no way. And if you listen to Deepak Chopra, he talks about how if the human anatomy, the makeup of humans was off by just 0.0000001%, we all just be one big blob walking around. Your skeletal system, how it works, your eyes, you got two eyes.
Yes.
You're supposed to see two of everything.
Exactly.
But you don't. That's a miracle. Just the way your heart beats automatically and you breathe automatically. Those things are miracles. And so we got to stop playing small when we were created by something so big and something so intentional, and understand that what he gave you when he sent you here. And if you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. You ladies who are on the panel, make sure you stop by and share the broadcast. But what he gave you was a way to feed yourself. And when he brought us out of slavery, he said to the Israelites, you're going to the land of milk and honey. You're not going to need manna no more, because you're going to be able to create your own harvest. Now we choose to go to a job and let them parse out what they want us to have. But when you really get the bravery to take what God gave you and build something, that's when you're really going to start to see the workings of his kingdom. That's just my 2 cents. Ebony,
Right.
since you was number 2, let us know. And guys, if you're interested in starting your own membership, because listen, we had a meeting today with a major CEO of a big company, and he was very humble, very smart, very authentic when it comes to what he wanted to do in terms of diversity and leveling the playing field. And I'm grateful and I'm appreciative. Don't get me wrong. But y'all, I'm in such a mood right now that whether they give it to me or not, I'm finna go get it. And that's how I live my life. I'm not gonna wait on you to have some initiative or some.
Right.
I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not looking give God in the face and being ungrateful, because I know it was divine. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't give it to me, I'm still gonna go get it. And if you don't wake up every day like that, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm not gonna sit over here and wait on anybody to give it to me. I'm gonna go get it. And one of those old sayings he said, and if you can't go over it, go under it. And if you can't go around it, you got to find a way to make a way for yourself. And when you don't, it don't impact me, it impacts your kids. And when it don't impact me, it impacts your retirement. And it impacts the way you live your life. So when I'm telling you as a client that you need to get up and get moving and be about your business, that's your livelihood. That's your retirement. That's your future. Either do this now, greet at Walmart. That's a hell of a choice.
Whew. Yes, it is.
It's a hell of a choice. So if you're interested in learning how to be a leader, because leaders do get paid, bit.ly/member money. It's a reduced rate because it's the first time offering $58 down, $58 a week. Get in now before I catch some sense and change the price. Ebony, Ebony, go ahead, sis. Tell the people who you are and why monetizing your knowledge is so critical.
Hey everybody, my name is Ebony and I am the wig coach. It's 2020. It is the age of knowledge. Knowledge is selling. If y'all ain't learned nothing from typing stuff into Google, we gonna pay for information. Oh my goodness, y'all. Google my best friend. If it ain't Google, it's YouTube. I'm always typing in, trying to figure out some type of knowledge. And the same way I'm going to type in knowledge into Google, I'm going to also go to someone else and pay to get someone else's knowledge. It's just, it is what it is. It's just the truth. If I feel like you have a skill or you have something that I want, I'm going to pay you for it. So I feel like having a membership is great for that. But even above that, a membership also is very good for a community. I crave to be a part of a community. I love to feel needed, wanted. I like the welcoming feeling. I like the like-minded people. So I love the conversation. It doesn't matter which membership, y'all. I will join a membership that's bobbing for apples, okay? As long as I'm in there and I'm having a good time, like I'm gonna join that. I'm the girl who still got Prime, even though most stuff on Amazon is already got free shipping or 2-day shipping. I still pay for Prime. I ain't canceling it. I really just feel like a membership nowadays is almost a must for everybody because everybody has something to offer, whether you are a mom or maybe you have a certain way. I used to coupon. And I remember when I used to coupon, it'd be so many people that used to be like, oh my gosh, can you teach me? Can you teach me? If I would have knew the knowledge that I know now, I could have been having memberships even back then when I was trying to save a whole bunch of money. When I was getting those 100 boxes of free fruit snacks, I could have been having a membership showing everybody
where the money
else what I was doing.
The money wasn't in the fruit snacks. Because let me tell y'all what I figured out about couponing. I went through the couponing craze way before everybody else went through the couponing craze. And what I figured out is if you're not careful, you're going to spend 30, 40 hours a week to save $200 at the grocery store. And so if I do the math, hold on, y'all, let me get my calculator. Oh, I said $200 divided by 40. Girl, I'm making $5 an hour. No, ma'am. Right. No, ma'am. If you spending 40 hours to save girl, go on and get your hustle on and just go to the store and buy them groceries. But if you're going to flip the knowledge like that, girl, you could have had 1,000 women in a couponing club, all of them spending about $19 a week. Girl, you could have been cleaned up. You could have cleaned, girl, where your broom at? Where your broom at? So, and that's for everybody. There is something you could be doing right now with a subscription box or with a membership, and you missing that recurring, like Dr. Nikki said, that recurring revenue coming in over and over. You out there trying to sell one-offs every month. Every month you got to go find somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, like Dr. Nikki said about a client. Girl ain't using it. Let me tell you about people and stuff. And I know y'all seen that show Hoarders. I'm gonna let you get back, Evan. I just have to get this in there. Because you know Hoarders is one of my favorite shows, right? And I know it's putrid and nasty, but it's hilarious. And I think I watch it more than anything so that I don't become that. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. I watch it as a reminder, girl, let that stuff go. Because if you don't, you're going to end up on there with cat feces and empty. Girl, they be a mess. Them people be in there running amok.
Yeah.
On hoarders. But, you know, you don't have to hoard like that. But part of that is don't buy it in the first place.
Right.
Because in order to hoard like that, you got to buy it. But you can't tell people not to buy stuff with their money because people do indeed overbuy. And always will. They might cry broke. They might cry ain't got money for this or that, but people are going to shop. Go ahead, Elle.
Well, just to continue on with that, Look, y'all, I'm a very materialistic girl. Ain't no shame about it. Y'all, I kid you not, I wear glasses, and upstairs in my closet, all you see is glasses that I cannot even see out of. Okay? Look, I got this thing that I like to that I bought. It's a boat. I like little accessories and stuff. Clearly, I love my accessories. I got accessories. I love my stuff. I'm very materialistic. Very. If somebody would have came at me like 2 months ago and told me they had a jewelry subscription, I only had to pay $50. Look, I'm obsessed with Savage X Fenty every month. Even if I don't like her stuff that she got that month, guess what? I'm going on her website on the first of every month because if you don't go on the first, you ain't gonna get it. And I'm gonna order my lingerie. That's just the truth. I love my subscriptions. I love being a part of a community. I love being able to post on Facebook saying I just got some Savage X Fenty. It's you cannot okay, so it's kind of like the money mindset type of a thing. Because what I see a lot of my friends even do is they won't offer something because of how they feel about money. So $50 may be a lot to you, and you may be like, ooh, but what ends up happening is that $50 ain't nothing. If for me to get what I want, $50, $100, $150, I'm gonna pay whatever it takes to get what I want. So you can't put your money mindset onto someone else, because if you try to put your money mindset onto someone else, in the end, you're going to be the one that's going to end up being lost, and you're going to be losing, and you're going to end up hating what you do because you're not first charging what you should be charging for it. So it's going to make you not want to do it. And then for two, as the consumer, they're going to run right on over you.
And let me tell you, Ebony, I've said that for years. Don't let your situation be the reason you charge what you charge. Don't overcharge when you broke. Watch what I see entrepreneurs do. When they broke and need something worked on or need something fixed, girl, they prices either be sky high or rock bottom. I know this chick, great, excellent photographer. If I tell you gifted, I mean, girl, gifted with the camera. But you can tell, sure enough, she got an emergency going on in her life, because she's going to be out there offering 1,000 pictures for $10 just to get her money up. And then when she get her money up, you're going to look up and then 10 pictures is going to be $1,000. So I'm like, girl, where's the consistency in that? I understand prices fluctuate, but that's like you going to get a burger today and spending $50, and then tomorrow you go back and the burger's $1. Girl, don't nobody want to play with you in your pricing based on what's going on in your world. I tell clients that all the time. I'm going to start a nonprofit for single mothers. Why? Because single mothers don't have the money to pay me. Girl, you is a lie. I was a single mother making 6 figures a year. Just because somebody is a single mother doesn't mean they can't afford. That may have been your broke story. But don't put your broke story on everybody else. So you absolutely right, Ev, girl. If you start charging people based on what's in your pocket, you're gonna be perpetually broke. That's why you gotta have faith in what you put out in the world that is good enough to make money. Not gonna be perfect. I had an Apple. Y'all know I got 4 phones. I got an Apple. I had an iPhone Pro. I got an iPhone XR. And then I think I just got 2 regular 10s. Girl, that phone didn't last me 4 months and collapsed. Collapsed like it been running marathons. Now, with 4 phones, 2 iPads, 2 laptops, and a desktop, I'm not using that phone like that. It wasn't even my primary phone. But that phone said, whew, girl, I was tired. Apple will tell you they have bugs and they stuff before they even launch it. Y'all still sitting out there with tents, fights about to break out in the Apple store to buy a subpar product. So if Apple can do it, why can't you? They recall. You can't even hardly, big girl can't even hardly eat a salad now. They recalling lettuce every other. Girl, I'm scared to eat a salad. Not that I was eating that many, but you know, when I was getting ready to, when I was fit to, they started recalling them, you know. Just when I was getting ready to, you know, get on that track. You understand, Dr. Cynthia? So they recalling lettuce for salmonella and mad cow disease. How you get salmonella on a vegetable? How you get E. coli, a meat-borne illness, on a vegetable? Y'all know this word tripping. So at the end of the day, guys, you cannot put your broke story and make that the story of somebody else's life because you hate to open your mouth and ask, because you hate to spend your last and invest, because you got a budget and you won't budge beyond it. It's not the same for everybody. People spend their light bill money every day on less. Dr. Cynthia, tell the people who you are and why it's critical. And guys, if you're ready to get your membership started, go to bit.ly/member money. Only $58 down, $58 a week. It's a live course. You're going to need the walkthrough to be able to build your membership. Starts next the 15th. I guess it's next Thursday, Wednesday, something. But Dr. Cynthia, go ahead, ma'am.
Next Wednesday, Coach. I think a week from today. A week from today.
Okay, you did. The last day to join is the 30th.
Better get in here. So, hey, everybody. Thank you, Coach, for having me on your platform. As always, we'd be remiss without thanking you first. I'm Dr. Sarah Armstead on all social media platforms, and women hire me because I am known as the bounce back doctor, the debt reset doctor, and they hired me to help them to bounce back when life happens and they are really flat broke. And what comes along with that is a flat broken spirit, because it's two things that go together, unfortunately, and you just have to hit the reset button and bounce back. Coach, you guys have said so much that just resonated with me. I'm over here like, oh, I can't wait to get in the conversation. You talk about emotions. And one thing I know about emotions is that, for me, I'll just be real candid, emotions have allowed, well, me using my emotions have taught people how to treat me. And what I know in this season, by utilizing my emotions in business, it also has taught people how to pay me. I let my emotions teach people how to pay me out of making decisions based on those emotions. And that's really not where it needs to be. There has to be a separation of those things. I was listening to some people earlier talking about, I listened to Les Brown. He had a great segment earlier, and he talked about this online community. And y'all know Coach had us out here and beating us over our head and throwing them bricks at us. We had knots upside our head. She pulling us, dragging, screaming, and kicking to get out in these internet streets. So I'm glad I came along on this journey, because I was not completely lost when COVID-19 hit and people didn't even know how to come online or go to a Zoom meeting or go in StreamYard or any place else. It was not complete culture shock to me. Memberships and community. Come on, the one thing I always say is, you know, memberships has its privileges. It's something about being a part of a membership, because people want community. We know that. I know that. And in a membership, it comes with certain privileges. And there's some things, I mean, I know we talked earlier about Google. I say sometimes you go ask your Google doctor, or you go to YouTube University. But you don't always get on those platforms what you're going to get inside those memberships. And let's just be real. I know I'm a culprit of, I've set a membership, and as they say, set it and forget it. It's important to me sometimes in that moment. And then at other times I've completely forgotten about it. And they're still getting their coins. They're still running that. The day I still.
Dr. Cynthia, guys, if you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. Part of the problem is we consume. But we don't produce. Absolutely. Everything that you use, you should be looking at like evidence. She was talking. When she see all them glasses, girl, I'm going to invent an eyeglass rack. I'm going to invent an accessory stand. Any of those of you who have been around me for a while, you'll know that's how I operate. Don't let me see a problem too many times and you go look up and I'm gonna be selling a solution to that problem. And people are gonna buy it because it addresses a need. If you have a problem, other people have that problem too. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of your problem, then guess what's gonna happen? Other people are sick and tired of their problem. Solve your problem, and you'll. I told one of my clients is a travel agent, and of course, right now the travel agent is not doing too good. So I say, sis, you want to make $1 million or better? She said, of course, or better. I said, girl, solve for how travel agents can make money right now. That's still travel, somewhat related, but they can bring them money right now because travel has gone away. But people's idea about travel ain't gone away. I think about the beach every day. I think about where would I go. So I'm still thinking about the beach and where I want to go and where am I going to go when it lifts up. My thoughts haven't changed. When you solve a problem and the more people you solve it for, the more money you make, and that's it. Dr. Cynthia got an opportunity to make a lot of money because a lot of people after this are going to need some help bouncing back.
Absolutely. That's just an everyday, conversation. And I think in some instances, even like you were talking about the travel business, something's going to happen with that situation. Somebody is either going to say, once she does what she needs to do, well, damn, why didn't I think of that? Or damn, I thought of that and didn't do nothing with it. The memberships really, really, it's a great place to be. They're on point. And what I think about when I think about memberships, I think about the fact that people want someplace, like I said, to go and to belong. They're going to set it and forget it. They'll show up when they can. I had a membership and I actually did cancel this particular membership. And they came back and said, hey, we see you canceled your membership, but we got this great thing going on Saturday night and you don't want to miss it. Come on back in. We'll give you the same price you were at. Come on, get back on board. Come back to us. So they actually came back and said, hey, fool, you had it on set and forget it for so long. When you finally remembered and you thought it wasn't your season for this again, we want you back. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That is good. And they were giving me something that I wanted. And the other thing is that when you're out there, sometimes people think you crazy. The kind of conversations that we have here in the community with Coach and in new memberships, it's like, you have to be in that room with people who think like you think, because there's something in there. Coach says all the time, you got something that somebody wants. Somebody's coming into that membership because there's something that you're going to be offering in there that people really do want. And hey, if you got something going on in that membership and they say, I missed it this time, but they can come back and pick back up right where they left off. They're like, okay, oh, I forgot I was even in there. How many groups of different things that you're in? And Coach makes the point all the time about people who have those memberships and they don't really charge anything. It's a free membership. And now they want to try to go back in and go deep sea diving for money. Okay, like I said when I started, you taught the people how to treat you. And you taught the people how to pay you if paying you meant nothing and you giving away all of this knowledge. So I know for myself and transparent, Coach, it's so important for me because I have put myself on sale for the free 99 way too long. The information is too valuable. I'm like that man in the hair club for men. I'm a product of my own product. Been there, done that. So that's why I can sit in the head of membership and say, let me tell you. Here's what you need. Here's what you need to do. Here's the steps, some blueprint, some yellow brick road type of stuff to get you on to the land of Oz, because I've been there and I've done that. And sometimes you have people that want to sell you something. They ain't bit more been through what they call themselves journeying you through than the man in the moon. So I just can't anymore put myself on sale. I look in the mirror and say, I'm devaluing myself by putting myself on sale. And I absolutely no longer can do that. And I have something that people want.
And
Something
Dr. Nikki, the unfortunate thing about putting yourself on sale is you can't even be mad at nobody about it.
not at all.
Angela says you teach people how to treat you, but you also teach people how to pay you. And at the end of the day, when they on their vacation because they done haggle with you about your pricing, when they done dickered you down on your rates, and then they out eating at this fancy restaurant, when you see them with some $700 shoes on and didn't want to pay you $7, boo, that's on you. That's your insecurities and your lack of self-esteem and your lack of coaching and knowledge that let you put yourself on sale. You have to be deliberate about putting yourself on sale, or when you have a reduced rate for something, it's got to be more than just, I don't think it's worth it.
Because people will spend money on what they want.
Always
they will spend the money.
Look, they will spend money on what they want and beg for what they need.
Exactly.
People they light bill, water bill, mortgage money out in them streets, and they will buy whatever they want at the time. And then when that light bill comes, when that water bill comes, oh, then they on your phone. But girl, where you was when I was up early in the morning hustling? Girl, where you was? You was on a date when I was over here trying to get this product off the ground and trying to get this launch done. Don't let people fool you. People got just as much time and energy as you. I used to think I was helping people, y'all. I was a fool. I used to think, oh my God, I'm saving this person and I'm saving that person. Girl, I'm through saving people. You better get you a life raft. You better get you a life preserver. You better get you one of them things the old people got around their neck to say, I fall and I can't get up. If you need saving, you better get you speed dial to 911. You better get you a German Shepherd to bark when somebody come in your yard. You better get, because I'm not, you better get Captain Sabo. You better get somebody to come to your rescue, because I can't be your, Miss Berlin said the other night, be your own first
rescue. There you go.
Come to your own rescue. And that's another thing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna turn it over to Kayshawn. Please stop asking people to pray for you. We all got access to the same Heavenly Father. He hear you just as well as all of these. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray, girl. People be inboxing me out the blue. Coach, will you pray? Now, I'm not saying we should not pray for each other, because I pray for y'all all the time. But you don't have to solicit prayers on your behalf. The people that are going to pray for you are going to pray for you. And the people that are not. And you holding a revival Pentecostal service on Facebook about all the bad stuff that's happening to you is not going to make more people. Y'all, come on now. Everybody got one Facebook friend like this, right?
Right.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. Nope.
No, you right.
I want everybody praying for you anyway.
You don't?
No.
Y'all.
Get that different kind of pray.
Y'all pray for me. Y'all, I just had this happen to y'all. Pray for me. Come on, Ebony. Everybody got one friend. I say, girl.
That's the one I got.
You got that one person.
Third. I got
girl,
one.
How you doing today? Well, girl, just say blessed and move on.
Right?
You blessed to be here. But guys, a lot of that is loneliness, and that's another purpose that memberships serve. They give people a place to go where people really will care about you and really will support you, and you don't have to ask for that level of camaraderie and support, because it's gonna be there. And that's why memberships, I feel, are so important. Everybody in the world could create one and it would still be room for them to grow. Kayshawn, why do you think memberships are important?
Memberships are so important because I'm gonna just go off of what happened this year. COVID. COVID shook the whole world. We all had to start over. And I'm tired of starting over. I didn't start it over so many times. And, not that there's nothing wrong, that just shows I won't stop ever. But I want to be able to stay consistent. And COVID taught me I was way underprepared. And I don't want to get caught off guard like that. I was settled on, I wasn't trying to come online no time soon. No time soon. It wasn't even a fathom in my imagination. Before coming online, when I was really out there, I was making so much money out there. Online wasn't a thought to me. So I never prepared. So to have to, in, the feeling that I had to enter this world, this online world, and start all over, and was like, I'm in this sea now, and y'all got to see me, like, man, this is a battle. I'm not finna go through that feeling again. I'm done with that. So a membership is just an extension of the many paths that I am creating my financial stability of all the incomes that are going to be arriving. So it is for stability. So when, I don't care if the world shut down, if we go back out, my money's still going to come in, because I look at companies now. Look how they've adjusted. I have a cousin, her job said, well, forget it. Y'all been at home, stay at home. They was like, we don't need to rent the building out anymore, so we just finna keep y'all working at home. They adjusted. They not finna send their employees back to the building and then let something else, some up next plague, shut everything down. Then they back doing this all over again. I would rather have all ends covered now. This is me putting eggs in many baskets. So if we shut down, money gonna come in. If we're open, money is gonna come in. I want security because I'm tired of starting all over from the beginning by my damn self. And so now, as I'm starting over with this community, I'm not about to let this pass me by, because I was just like Coach. I thought I was doing good, helping one, even though I had that guilty conscience. Family and friends, it's that mindset, and I have to, and I'm not afraid to say it now. I let other people's mindset control my life, and I did that. And when all stuff hit the fan, no one was around, no one was there, and it was like, okay, I gave my all, gave all my energy, and now that I'm picking myself back up, this is another way for me to be able to make sure I don't fall down. I want to depend on me, just like how I was upset, no one was there. I won't be upset again, because I will never put myself in that position to be upset again for that, because my membership, which is an extension of my business, is going to make that happen. And I have an army with me. You see these colors, and I'm just, like Coach said, when Ebony was looking at the glasses, what about this? What about that? That was something I talked about this morning. It was a lady who was in a candle group, and I didn't reach out to her because I was like, I'm gonna start something, and she gonna be asking me these questions. I was like, no, CK Sean, stop giving away that free information, because you want to go motivate her and tell her, don't let these people tell you that you can't charge this amount or you shouldn't charge this amount, because I'm gonna tell you you're not charging enough, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I was like, well, if she, like Coach said, if there's one asking, that means there's 50. And that's why I didn't say nothing, because my mind, I went from 2 memberships to 3 instantly, like that, because my mindset is completely different and elevated, and just us being around each other. And when we talk to each other, we feeding off of each other. We be in these lives right here feeding off of each other. And, we be talking before, during, after, and you see that, and you need that when trying to be building these memberships, because it's all about community. You can't build something that you have never done. You can't, if you have not walked the walk, you can't build it. So we want to build memberships. We have to be a part of a membership, because how are you going to lead by example if you never done it? So we're in this membership. We've been in memberships without knowing, all our lives, like Dr. Nikki said, with the, the
Was it?
hair,
Yeah,
the hair.
maintenance plan.
Yes.
Years back in the 80s, 90s. Yes, that was a
In the
membership.
Look, my aunt, oh my gosh, I had cut all my hair off really short, and I was really bougie in high school because I was the shit. And so she had cut my hair really short, and I wasn't about to do it. So she put me on a plan. I went every 3 days, every 3 to 4 days, and went and got my hair done. And I didn't even know I was on a membership, but I was. When you said that, I was like, this woman, even though I didn't say woman in my head, but I'm all like, this woman straight up had me coming on the clock twice a week for a whole year. And I'm a teenager, and I was paying it because I had to look fly. I had to. It was, I wasn't going to eat. I wasn't spending my allowance. It was, I had to keep up my look, and I kept that doggone membership until I was like, what happened was I met my husband, and he was like, do you know how much money you giving her, and you know how to do hair? He was like, oh, hell no. He was like, hell no. But I didn't know what I was caught up in. And the other day, it's one of these apps. I forgot I even had them, and remembered I had them when they charged me $50 membership fee. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm on and I can't even log back on. I don't even know how to log on to cancel the stuff. And I'm trapped in this membership right now. And I'm just like, damn, how do I get out of this? But look at the different types of memberships and those auto memberships. I think I have lost more money to memberships than the benefits I've gotten out of them, because how I get trapped, because I'm always trying to do that free 99, get that 7 days free, get that 14 days, 30 days. And it's only on my mind at that moment until that next payment come in. Then I remember to cancel. So just imagine how many millions of dollars they get of people doing that every month. Look how many millions we're going to get from people doing that. I mean, we're all going to have our groups, and people, that's the thing about it. They're going to come in, they're going to check you out, see if they resonate with you. And if they don't, then they gone, but they still paid you. So what? I don't care if 1 million people, no, let me say 5 million people come this month. I'm just exaggerating some numbers, and 1 million was just peeping me out. Come peep me and pay me and then leave. I'm okay with that, because another 1 million gonna come right behind that.
Well, you know what else? A lot of memberships out there aren't very beneficial, but I do know that, with Coach, she always says you have to over deliver.
Keep them wanting to come back and visit the membership. That's what our goal.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yes. And I do know that during this master class, you guys, Coach has always shown out. I mean, if you give her $10, she gonna give you $150 worth of information. She has always over delivered, and so I do know that you guys want to get in this master class, because she is going to over deliver everything that you want to know. Just like you were saying, a lot of people, they just put the memberships out there and they don't care if you don't come back. It's a one and good for them. They like, okay, cool. But Coach really goes out of her way to make sure that she is over delivering. That way you want to come back, because residual income is the goal. because a one and done is all great. Having that one sale is great and working hard for that one person, but just like it is in the work world, where it's cheaper for a company to train the person that they already have there, it's the same way online. It is cheaper to keep the same client and to over deliver, because once someone is your client and they give you money, it's easier for them to want to give you another dollar, because guess what? You've built that trust up with them, other than losing them and having to go find someone else to replace them.
Right. Keep us
So you guys
running.
definitely want to get up in here and go ahead, click that link, bit.ly/member
Member
money.
money.
Yeah, remember
Yes.
money.
Member money. Yes. Yes. Another thing.
You will
And like
not
you
be
said,
disappointed.
Coach always Coach always over delivers in everything that she does, and so that's just who she is and what you come to expect, and whatever you come to expect, you're always going to get much more. And so don't be afraid. Step out of your comfort zone and give it a try. If not now, when? This is absolutely the time, because as we discussed on the show last night, if you keep on doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep on getting what you've been getting. Now, ask yourself, are you happy with what you've been doing and what you've been getting? Okay, because there's a thin line between happy and unhappy. And even with happiness, there can be improvement. And Coach just simplifies things so much. One thing that hits me all the time when I'm in classes and programs with Coach is that we overthink it. And it doesn't have to be that hard. And she just breaks it down and she lets us know that we can just simplify the process and get going. And it does not have to be perfect for you to get out of the starting gate, to get out of the starting block. It's okay. This is not the race, like when they say, oh, you started before we shot the gun, or you had a false start or whatever. If you come out the starting block, you come out. Don't worry about how fast did you come out, or did you kind of jump the gun, because you can't jump the gun. Come to the program, get the knowledge and get the information. And then, as Coach said at the top of this discussion, apply it. I know I've been guilty. I have come in times and taken in a bunch of information and not put any application behind the information. You have to attain the information, and then you have to act upon the information. And again, I'm just so amazed at how she simplifies it. And you come through the door, right, Kayshawn, with fear and scratching your head, thinking, oh, I'm the only one that don't know anything.
Right.
And, oh, I'm dumb. I feel so dumb and everything. When she simplifies, like, okay, they like that television show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Come on now, you can do it.
Better than that. Go ahead.
I would like to add too, on a different note. So many people tend to say, oh, well, I'm afraid, I don't like to go live, or I don't know what to do. But think about really think about your situation. Think about your children, for those that have children. Think about what type of legacy you want to leave for your family. I have had, Dr. Cynthia knows I have, and of course, Coach, I have had many setbacks the past few years that put me in positions to where, because I am self-employed, I am a one person owner, and it really hit home for me. And had I had positioned myself, and I don't care what type of business you're in, if you're a one person operation and you get sick or you're hospitalized or something happens where you have to take some time off, your money stops. So this is real, people. I don't know how to express how real this is. And I feel this is our time to really sit back and reevaluate your situation, our situation. And we don't have a choice. You almost don't have a choice, because the old way of doing business is gone. When you have medical professionals, when you have chiropractors, medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, people who normally see their patients in clinics, when you have them going online to help their clients and to learn, they're even taking classes. I was in a class earlier today as well as yesterday with other medical professionals, health and wellness professionals. This is serious, guys. On a serious note, I can't even stress how serious this is. So don't sit on the fence on this. Really think about your situation. Think about how many people, not only how many people you will be able to help, but think about your family.
Right.
Think about your family. It's I can't stress it enough because it put me in a seriously bind, and this is real talk. It put me in a bind when I had to take some time off work because of my illness, and as long as I could breathe and have all my limbs to get up and do something, I won't. Even if I didn't have my limbs, I can talk. I can have somebody else type or whatever. I am going to make sure this would never happen. What happened to me last year, the year before that, and the year before that, it's not going to happen again because, and if it does, I don't have nobody else to blame but myself.
Right.
Can I just want to kind of preach to y'all for a minute. I kind of did it earlier. I think I'm starting to get like a little pattern.
We're gonna tell.
All right, y'all ready for this?
We ready.
Y'all are worth it. A lot of the times we're trying to find motivation within everybody else. You ain't got to look at your kids and look at a legacy that you want to leave your kids. Look at yourself. Who do you see in the mirror? That reflection that's staring back at you, who do you want to see staring back at you? Because even though I know, y'all, I got 2 boys and I love my boys to death, but I would be lying if I said I did what I did because of them. Don't get me wrong. I do what I do and it's going to benefit them. But I do what I do because the person that I'm seeing looking back at me right now, she is worth it. She is radiant. She is strong. She is beautiful. I am courage. I am everything that I want to see in myself. I can be wherever I want to go. Just like I'm saying this, I need all of you guys to say that to yourself. Y'all are worth it. We are all so worth it. We have constantly, from the time we were born and from the time we were able to talk, we have always been taught to take care of everyone else. We are women. That is what the role of the world says that we should have been in. And God forbid if you are selfish to yourself. Oh my goodness, if you are being selfish to yourself and you set boundaries for yourself as a woman, you are looked down upon, but don't let that hold you back no more.
Now is the time to be selfish.
Right now, be selfish. Do what you want to do, because one day you're going to really look at yourself in the mirror and you really going to be unhappy with who you see.
Right.
Come on now, I know I suffer from depression, and every time I have suffered from depression, ain't nobody really been there. Because guess what? When you suffer from depression and you can't breathe no more, it's because you don't like who you see in the mirror because you ain't been doing what you want to do.
Right.
Right now is your opportunity. Right. You got somebody here that's willing to coach you, guide you, and hold your hand. Girl, lift your hand up and say, take it.
Amen.
Don't stop yourself. You got to do this for you. At the end of the day, you are the one that's suffering for air.
Right.
Not our kids, my boys, they are 5 and 7 years old. No matter what, they're going to grow up and they're going to leave me.
Right.
They're going to grow up, get married, have their own family. And this is going to be me, myself, and I. But guess what? I'm making it so that it ain't going to be me, myself, and I. I'm going to be on somebody's beach. I'm going to have my own legacy. When I die, my family going to be having stories about how great-grandma did some stuff. I'm going to motivate the next women in the generation to do some stuff. I'm not about to be what I saw my mother be. I'm not about to see what I see my aunties be. I'm about to be more who I see in the mirror, who I want to be, who I think I already am. I am. We are worth it. We are worth it. Stop second guessing yourself, girl. Go ahead and click on this link. Do this for you. Don't think about nobody else. The first time in your life, don't think about nobody else. Think about you. Think about you. Think about you. Be selfish. Be selfish. It is about you. It is about you. It is about you. Stop thinking about them other people that you working for. You think about all the times you had to wake up out of bed when you didn't want to wake up out the bed. You ever had to put that face on and pretend like you was happy to say, yes, ma'am, how was your day?
Right?
We always calling everybody
We've
out.
all been there.
I ain't doing that no more. Not
Yeah.
doing that no more.
Pray for Reverend
I
Dr.
know we-
Stephanie tonight.
we got her started.
Pre-show one. Guys, we're going to get out of here after this sermon. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't started the membership already, go to bit.ly/member money. Only $58 down, $58 a week, guys. You've got to have a community that shows you and tells you that you're worthy, because you are.
Yes,
Thank you,
right.
ladies. Y'all have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.